Hey, I'm Zach Zeller, DailyNutritionHQ.com, America's #1 practical nutrition expert. And I'm continuing the 5 biggest diet mistakes people make for gaining muscle. Now, we got the board here. We already covered #1 and #2, so if you missed out on those, definitely go back and watch them. We're going in order for a reason, people, so you showed up late to the party. That being said, I'm about to go out of order and skip to #4, which I don't know if you read it. It is thou shalt time your meals. Now, that's terrible wording, and I wrote that, so I'm being a little hard on myself here, but don't worry about it. What I mean is that if you're trying to gain mass, it can be tough to eat more. It could also be tough if you're trying to gain mass and you need to eat less. I mean, there's people coming from both sides of the equation here. But regardless, this tip will help you so much because it's helped me a lot. Now, let's say you have to eat 3,000 calories in a day. So I followed the approach of, I never really counted calories, but I would eat probably around 2,000, maybe. I would definitely eat less than 3,000 calories a day. I wasn't even counting. I don't even know. I stick with a plant-based diet, which keeps very calorie dilute and allows me to eat like a lot of food and not get as many calories. So to eat 3,000 calories of like plants and stuff was tough. And at first I was just like muscling through it, and my inner fat kid was so happy because I could just like sit and eat, and I could just continue to eat like all day. It was kind of fantastic. But that came with issues. I'll talk about that. Lesson #5, maybe this one. Anyway, what meal timing is right now, you wake up in the morning and you have breakfast, right? Let's say you have breakfast at 8 o'clock in the morning. You go through your day, maybe you have a snack, maybe you have lunch, maybe you have another snack, maybe you have dinner. My hands don't even fit in the frame anymore. That's how long this feeding window is. And so you're eating maybe 12 hours throughout the day. Yeah, give or take. You get the idea. And so when you eat for that long, anything that falls in that window is fair game. You have breakfast, you can have snacks, you can graze, you can do whatever. It's not very regimented. So what I do, if I'm trying to lose weight, I shorten that period. So instead of 12 hours, I'll give myself 8 hours to eat, where I start eating at noon, I eat again at about 4, I eat again about 7 or 8 at night. And so since I'm shortening that period where I eat, it allows me to still have 3 meals a day. It's not a problem because you're still eating every single day. It's kind of like a daily form of intermittent fasting. I got this idea from the 16-8 method. And the idea with that is you can eat for about 8 hours a day. Not 8 hours straight, but you could eat within an 8-hour window every day. And what that does is it gives you a 16-hour fast every single day. Plus, you're not really going to be hungry because your meals are a regular habit now. And so your body will get hungry when it's mealtime and not in between as you adapt and get used to that way of eating. All good? All right. Now, that was working for me for a while, but it was tough for me to get in an extra 1,000, 1,200, whatever it was that I was missing in just 3 meals in 8 hours. And I could force myself to eat more, but when you force yourself to eat when you're not hungry, you tend to get bloated because you're really stuffing yourself and putting a strain on your body. So what I did is you have 2 options here, okay? You can open up the window for eating more, that you could eat at 10 o'clock, you can eat at 1 o'clock, you could eat at 5 o'clock, and then you could eat at 8 o'clock, whatever, and split up your meals however you like. The great thing about making your own feeding window is that it could work with any schedule. If you have work from 9 to 5, You could, have lunch, have a snack, get home and eat, wait a few hours, eat again. You can really set it up any way you want, and it doesn't have to be geared towards the night like I do. That's just my personal preference, so I could work in the morning and not have to worry about eating. You can do it where you wake up and eat breakfast, you continue eating, and then you stop before it gets too late at maybe 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So you're eating from like 8 to 4. That's fantastic as well. The real issue is that you just have these start and end times so that you're not eating constantly around the clock, and it'll make it easier for you. It'll get you into a routine where you can eat and be hungry and have an easier time either losing weight or putting on mass by eating more. Forgot to breathe through it with all that talking. But anyway, that's going to be commandment number 4, and it's a real good one. So definitely try it out today, give it a shot, and let me know how much easier it makes your life, how it just simplifies everything, because especially when you get to this point of like what you're eating and how dense calorically the foods are you're eating, then having your meal times shifted out over the course of 8, 10, 12 hours is going to be easier for you. Because if you're eating once every 4 or 5 hours, there's only so many meals you can fit in a day. And it's a pain in the ass to force yourself to eat. It makes you uncomfortable, it makes you bloated. It's going to make it so much tougher to stick with eating well to support your muscle gain. So we have to make it easier. That's the daily nutrition magic spice, that we make things easier so you can stick with them and get results with no excuses. All right. So if you like this video, thumbs up. That's awesome. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I don't know why you haven't. All the cool kids are doing it, so you can join them, be part of my subscribers, clicking. I still got to figure out where that button is, but I'm sure you could find it if you're up for the challenge and get it done. So I'm out. Peace.